Hey, what's up, everyone? Before I get into this review, I just wanted to say I'm going to be updating my thumbnail style for Future Arc and Despair Arc to show the difference, and I'm going to be redoing all uh, the older images as well. But basically, from what I'm going to do from now on to distinguish the two, which this may or may not kind of be copying Nico B if you're a picky penguin. But basically, as you can see, I've turned this pink. I'm actually on PicMonkey right now, which is what I use. And so basically, this is what Future Arc's going to look like. It's going to have the pink. And when it's a Despair Arc episode, it's going to be not that bright. Hold on. Wait, hold on. It's going to be like here. No, it's making it brighter. Like there. Around there. It's going to be nice and blue. It's going to be a lot better. Yeah. But, yeah, that'll happen later on, so don't worry about that for now. But I just wanted to tell you guys that so you know the distinguishing feature. So it's like, oh, okay, this is the Future Arc episode review. Anyway, let's get on with it. So, this episode was, I enjoyed it. Easily my favorite episode, to be honest. Like, this was such a good episode, and oh my god, there's only 2 weeks left, guys. Only 2 weeks, and then the show's over. Gosh dang it. So that's crazy to me. But without further ado, let's get into the summary in a sec. I just wanted to talk about some stuff. Actually, you know what? I'll get to it as I'm explaining. So basically, it actually shows a flashback at the beginning of that moment when Naegi was in the garbage and then Kirigiri came down and saved him. Yet, I'm surprised they didn't just reuse the footage from the Danganronpa anime because, you know, like that's or I don't know if it's actually the same anime. I shouldn't say that, but it might be. But if it is, and it'd just be weird. It's like, why not just reuse that? It would save money, wouldn't it? So then, basically, oh, let me make sure. So then, yeah, the opening plays right as Makoto basically just says, it's time to end this, and then he's like, I'm gonna go talk to Munakata, and he's like, I'm gonna end this once and for all, and Ryota's like, how can you be so calm? She was your friend, right? She's dead now, and then he, like, is turned around, and he, like, starts getting angry, but then he just turns around with a smile, and is like, because she is my friend, and she wanted me to have hope when she died, that is why I'm going to fight, or not fight him, I'm going to persuade him. And, so then Asahina's, like, go. And I noticed, what's the robot's name? Monika's thing. Gekugahara robot? That was how the, death was in the opening. And I didn't even think about that until now. I'm like, oh! You were cut in half, just like the opening. Luckily you were a robot. So then Makoto walks in, and... Well, actually, no. Munakata's thinking about this memory where there were all these, like, dead kids, and then Yukizoma was like, How could anyone do this? Like, this is terrible! And then he's like, how? Why would you? And then he's, like, scrunching papers. And then Makoto walks in, and he's like, so you're finally here. And he's like, I want to settle this with words. He's like, your words are nothing. Because of your words, Kirigiri died. And then he's like, no, that's not true. And then, he's like, I will eliminate all despair, even yours. And he's like, wait, what? I don't have despair. And then, so then he comes, and runs away. And he runs to the very back and leaves this door open because we know that, well, we don't know, but it's pretty obvious that Munakata's thing is, NG code is opening doors. So then he runs through the door, and then Naegi gets him from a surprise attack, but then he actually takes him down a level, and, well, he takes him down to the very, like, bottom of it all. And after that, he's about to kill him, and he's about to swing the sword, and he like gets right in Naegi's face, and he's like, "You can't kill me." It's like this is the second time we've been here. First time when I went through this door, you stopped, and then when I was in the announcement room, you broke the glass to walk in. Your forbidden action is opening doors, so you can't get out of here without me. Then he's like, and then he's just like, all right, we're gonna talk this out now, okay? And then he's like, shut up, despair. And he's like, what? I'm not despair. And then he's like, no, you've been infected by despair just like everyone else. That's what that I know that from Tengen. And it's like, it showed back to that flashback, and he says, there was not only one attacker. It switches between the person. Me, Naegi, Kirigiri, even Yukizome. They're all killers. And then, oh, sorry, he didn't say Kirigiri, he said Sakakura. Sorry, I just want to make sure. So he was like, can you still wipe out despair? And that's when he was like, boop! And then, why he stabbed Yukizome is because he got the picture that had the picture of the kids that were killed, and Yukizome was sad. And then the picture behind that had like it was a picture of Yukizome that said, "It was me, heart." So he was like, "That's when I finally realized she had fallen into despair. I didn't even know." And then he's like, I will get rid of all despair. And then Naegi's like, no, don't think about that. Even if the most important person to me, even if I had to kill them, I would never forget them. And then Munakata like has a flashback to when he first met Yukizome, and then his demon eyes turn off from Seiko's thing, and he just sits down and starts crying. And then, well, actually, he yells first, and then his thing runs out. And then, oh, okay, that's why, no, don't, iPad, why are you doing this? Stop. No, bad iPad, stop. Okay, there we go. I'm just looking at the episode to reference, and then Asahina and Ryota come running and just like, oh, right, I missed the scene. Before, Asahina was like still crying, and then she looks at Kyoko, and she's like, oh, she has a notebook here. And they looked inside the notebook, and then she goes back to Naegi, and she's like, Naegi, I found the killer, or I found the attacker, and then, boom, episode ends. And then, at the very end, after the credits, you just see the ships coming to attack the Jabberwock Island with all the Danganronpa 2 characters on it, but then there's a boat going the other way, so I'm wondering, is this, like, Izuru and everyone there escaping? Which would suck to me, because I really want to see, like, an epic duel between, like, tons and tons of Future Foundation's members and Izuru just being like, you all suck, and just, like, hitting one, and then they all fall down. It's like, I have the ultimate luck. I'm just like Komaeda. In that regard, if I hit one person, it's somehow going to affect all of you, because that's Komaeda logic. I don't know, I just thought that would be... I honestly think next episode is going to be about them, and we're not going to learn who the killer is until episode 12, which will then be the end of the series. So, yeah, that's just my theory. Anyways, yeah, I'm looking forward to next episode, but I'm really conflicted. It's like, which one do I want first? Do I want the killer to be revealed, or do I want a Danganronpa 2 episode? Just be like, I want them both. I don't think so, but I was wondering if, like, how they did the original Danganronpa anime, if, like, the last episode is going to be, like, a half an hour long. That would be awesome, but I'm pretty sure it's not going to happen. There would have been, like, some type of announcement. Yeah, love this episode, though. Favorite episode of Future Arc. I'm hoping next episode is going to be my favorite as well, because you don't know, Izuru is actually my favorite character. He is just awesome. But this episode was really awesome. I liked Munakata as a character. I thought he was a little just, like, misguided, so I'm really glad that he's, like, back to normal now. And, yeah, anyways, I just love this episode, and I can't wait for next week. Comment below if you are excited for next week. But anyways, that does it for me, guys. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next week. Pa-pa-pa-pa-pa. Peace out.